Hi, Kitchen Kings and Queens. We're going to do another quickie, and it also happens to be a vintage cookbook cooking recipe. So, as I said before about this kitchen center, this appliance really took off. It was really popular. So they came out with this additional cookbook. There are a ton of recipes with the manual. And the recipes really haven't changed between the iterations of the manual. I have several manuals. I have one from 1980 and one from 1990. The one from the designer has a couple lighter recipes added, but they even had them back in the 80 edition. So this was a different thing. This was an actual new cookbook with new ideas. So we're going to do the blue cheese buttermilk dressing. And we're actually not going to do it with blue buttermilk. So it's going to actually be just blue cheese dressing. Okay, so we're going to start with 1.25 cups of mayonnaise. Now this recipe actually calls for their own version of mayonnaise. I could have done that. I'm not going to say I don't have time because it's snowing like a blizzard out there. So I do have all the time in the world, but I've been cooking a lot today, so we're just going to use this good mayonnaise that I have, which is called Mike's Amazing Mayonnaise. So that's what we're going to use for our mayonnaise. Now I'm trying not to hit the sides. This is a bad habit like that a lot of people have. They'll take the utensils and they'll hit especially the edge. If you hit the inside, it's probably not going to break. But if you hit the sides, you're going to start chipping. And a lot of these all came with glass bowls. And I prefer to use the metal bowls. Those were an upgrade. But the glass bowls would get chipped. Now, I just happen to have two that are, both my sets of bowls are in perfect condition. So whoever had them must have really taken care not to do that. But a lot of people did do that. So you do find them at the thrift store chipped. And fortunately, there was a metal option for these because not every manufacturer did that. Okay, so that was all of the mayonnaise that I had. And now we're going to add some sour cream. And so that I don't contaminate the sour cream, I'm going to use another spoon here for that. And you need 1/2 cup of that. That would have been the buttermilk. Okay, so if you want this is going to be like a really thick blue cheese dressing. But if you want a thinner one, use the buttermilk. I would have tried it with the buttermilk, but I did not have buttermilk, and like I said, I'm not going out in this cockamamie weather, so I'll just use what I have. And sour cream, it's the same concept. You want something creamy, and you want something that has a little bit of tang to it, or acid. Okay, then we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon, I use more than that, of garlic powder. And then it says a 1 1/2 inch slice of onion. So I'm just going to use what I think would be equivalent to that. That's probably about that. And that's actually thinly sliced. I then need some Worcestershire sauce. that may have fallen victim to the great refrigerator incident of 2025. So that's okay. We'll just put some A1 sauce in there, just a little, because that has some similar ingredients to Worcestershire sauce. So we'll just use that. Okay, and we're gonna blend this till it's smooth. Scrape that down a little bit. Now, why am I making blue cheese sauce, you may be asking? Well, I'm doing it because I have all these things that really would go well with blue cheese. So I have a little, I've been trying to clean out my freezer. I'll tell you after I run this. So I had some buffalo chicken pierogi that I had. I have some chicken cheesesteak stromboli that my mom made. So I'm just trying to clear out the freezer. Okay, our pulse worked a lot better. Okay, then we're gonna add our blue cheese and we're just gonna chop it and then this is done. So yeah, so I thought, oh well, you know, these things are kind of go good with blue cheese dressing, so, and I kind of had a hankering for it, so, and I had some blue cheese, so kind of is a no-brainer, okay? So we're just gonna kind of pull out all this. And again, this, man, I should get sponsorship with how much President products I use. This French brand President, I really, really enjoy their products. And this blue cheese is a very good blue cheese. So I'm also using their brand of blue cheese. Okay. Alright, so there's that. And we're just gonna use, again, this is great because it has that pulse function. So we're just gonna kind of pulse this to chop this blue cheese into the dressing. And then we are done. Actually, I'm gonna get a little bit, clean out this mayonnaise jar and add that in as well. So this is like basically the basis of most creamy salad dressings. It's that combination of a mayonnaise base with a sour cream, and sometimes if you want to make it more liquidy, you would use the buttermilk. Okay, so we're just gonna scrape down the sides here, and then we're just gonna pulse it a couple times and call it a day. Okay. And that came out good. Mmm. Oh yeah. That's very nice. So, this is like a very, it tastes like a very old-fashioned steakhouse blue cheese. So if you're used to blue cheese from a bottle, try this recipe. It's really easy. And you wind up getting a far superior product. So I don't have any room to run another load in the dishwasher, so I'm just going to transfer the rest of these onions and we're going to use this container. Okay, so there's our blue cheese dressing. It really came together well, and it's chunky, but it's not too chunky. My mom makes, oh my gosh, her blue cheese dressing is so good, but it is like a blue cheese dip. It's more dip than dressing. It's like, first of all, it's so thick. Second of all, it just has like a really large chunk of blue cheese in it. So she makes a heck of a blue cheese dressing. So, all right. So there you have it. Creamy blue cheese dressing. Thanks to the Oster Kitchen Center cookbook. Okay. Bye for now, Kitchen Kings and